Dear students, welcome to our video. Today you are going to watch SSLC 10th class The Discovery Lessons Question and Answers. ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ, ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಈ ಒಂದು ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು 10ನೇ ತರಗತಿಯ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಭಾಷಾ ವಿಷಯದ ಡಿಸ್ಕವರಿ ಪಾಠದ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೋತ್ತರಗಳ ಸರಮಾಲೆಯನ್ನು ವಾಚ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ವಾಚ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕಂತ ಮೊದಲು ಈ ಚಾನಲ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮತ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರಿಗೆ ಸಹ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ವಾಚ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಬನ್ನಿ. ಸೊ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಪ್ರಮುಖವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆಗೆ ಬರಲಾಗ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಾರ್ಷಿಕ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಿಸಿದಂತೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಚಾಯ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡಲಾಗಿದೆ. ತದನಂತರ ಎರಡು ಮೂರು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಿಸಿದಂಥವು ಮತ್ತು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸು ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸನ್ನು ಸಹ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾಗಿದೆ. ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಚಾಯ್ಸನ್ನು ನೋಡೋಣ. The first question, the Santa Maria will be lighter for his carcass. These words were said by Guillermo Arias. Second question, a good sailor knows his place, says Columbus to Diego. This statement is an indirect command. Third question, Columbus feels that his worst enemy is his uncontrolled tongue. Right answer is his uncontrolled tongue. Fourth one, Pepe is always eager to say to Columbus that he was loyal. Right answer is loyal. Fifth one, who is to put him in irons? Challenges Guillermo. The person meant by him in this context is the first man who challenged Columbus. Sixth one, Columbus set out from Spain. So correct answer is to discover a new world. Seventh one, Columbus said that he had discovered one thing. It was a man with a vision has to follow it one. Eighth one, your best cannot be bettered, says Columbus. This implies that there is always scope for improvement. Ninth question, I will perform it myself, says Columbus. What does it mean here? Answer is to navigate the ship forward. 10th one, after a perceptible pause, who grows maramutinous than others? Guillermo. 11th, everybody doubts except me, says. Correct option is Pepe. 12th, Columbus says, would God implant desire to solve mystery and he doesn't provide solutions? The mood of Columbus is saying this: be trust or faith in God. Next, the seamen were desperate because they were tired and wanted to return to their homes and families. 14th one, your duty is to obey me as mine is to obey the royal sovereigns of Spain who sent me. These words prove that Columbus was loyal to royal sovereigns. 15th question, the captain of the discovery of the new world America was. Correct option D, Columbus. The name of the ship that took Columbus to the new answer is Saint Maria. 17th one, the seamen were singing in the song to keep away boredom. 18th question, the word which was considered ugly by Diego was mutiny. The song in the beginning of the play, the discovery conveys the sorrow mood of the seamen. What was Columbus' worst enemy? It was his unbridled tongue. Worst enemy. What was Columbus' best friend? It was his will. Option is it was his will. So who prepared the company of Columbus? Option is correct. Correct answer Pepe. And 23rd question, who did Columbus have faith? He had. So answer is young Pepe. 24th, Saint Maria will be the lighter for his carcass. Whose words is Pepe quoting here? Correct answer is Guillermo Arias. 25th question, what does that child stand between me and death. Who is child referred? So answer is Pepe. And moving on to next section, second main question. Answer the following questions in 2 or 3 sentences. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಅಥವಾ 3 ವಾಕ್ಯಗಳಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಿಸಿದಂಥ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಉತ್ತರಗಳಿದ್ದವು. ಸೊ ಮೊದಲನೇ ಕ್ವಶನ್, ಗಿವ್ ಎ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಅಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೊಲಂಬಸ್. Columbus was a tall, well-built man of 46. His hair was prematurely white, fair complexion and ruddy. Second question, the play begins with a song. What mood does this convey? The seaman who had been away from home for a long time had not sighted land. The song shows that the seamen were desperate. Third question, there are limits to patience, says Diego. What does this suggest about Diego's state of mind? Diego, along with the seamen, were tired of the voyage and wanted to return home, but Columbus was firm and would not give up. So Diego desperately said these words. Fourth one, why do you think has the lives of 50 in his hands? How? Christopher Columbus had the lives of 50 seamen in his hands. He was their captain. The seamen were tired and wanted to return home, but the Columbus was firm and would not give up. So, fifth one, what does Columbus feel his worst enemy? Why do you think he feels so? So, Columbus feels that his uncontrolled tongue is his worst enemy. Columbus was a man who lost his temper soon and was easily irritated. He would often speak rudely to his men, which made them angry towards him. So next question, mutiny is an ugly word, says Diego. Is mutiny an ugly word? If so, why? Yes, because mutiny leads to destruction. Mutiny curbs the development of determination, tolerance and faith in God. Seventh one, how does Pedro try to defend the drunken seamen? Was he right in defending them? Answer is that Pedro defending that the drunken seamen were simple men and wanted to relax by drinking as they did not have the same vision as Columbus. Pedro was not right in defending the seamen because their drinking was leading to unruly behavior. Eighth one, Columbus was always furious when he heard the seamen's song. Why did it make him angry? The song expressed the seamen's love for drinking, which was a sign of their deep discontent. Columbus was angry because they did not understand what he was trying to achieve. Ninth one, Columbus feels that whatever he does, it is God's will. What will of God does he like to fulfill through this venture? Columbus felt that it was the will of God that he should discover a new world which would bring wealth to his country and help them to bring new souls on the path to God. 10th question, Columbus says, would God implant desire to solve mystery and he doesn't provide solutions? Identify the mood of Columbus in saying this. Columbus had been sailing for many days, not yet sighted land. His men were turning against him, but Columbus felt that if God had sent him, he would surely help him find a way. These words shows that he had faith in God. 11th, Pepe warns Columbus about some people. Who are they? Pepe warned Columbus about the other sailors because they drank too much and were going against Columbus. How did the seamen show their anger towards Columbus? The seamen rushed in an angry mass towards Columbus, growling like wild animals. 13th question, discipline knows no buts. What made Columbus say this? Columbus wanted to punish Guillermo Irish, who had disobeyed Columbus So he ordered that Guillermo should be brought to him. Francisco tried to protest against this. Columbus then said these words: "Why do the crewmates of Columbus feel desperate? After sailing for so many days, Columbus and his men could not sight a land. They were tired and wanted to return to their homes and families. But Columbus would not give up, so they were desperate." 15th question. "I will perform it myself," says Columbus. What does it mean here? It means to put him iron in irons for the first man to move towards Columbus. 16th question. "Devil's track to now here," says Guillermo. What does this suggest about the thinking of the seamen? The seamen felt that Columbus was perhaps possessed by the devil. He was risking their lives and taking them on a voyage which would take them now here. 17th one. How did Pepe prove his loyalty to Columbus? Pepe was the only person who had faith in Columbus and tried to warn him about how desperate the others had become. When the seamen rushed to kill Columbus, Pepe stood before them with his arms spread out and told them that they would have to kill him first. His loyalty put the others to shame. 18th. This is a voyage of discovery. What had Columbus set out to discover? Columbus had set out to discover a new world where he would find new wealth and a new territory for his king and queen to rule. 19th. According to Columbus, what was the one thing that he had discovered? Columbus said that he had discovered one thing, that if a man had a vision, he must follow it alone. He should not expect loyalty, friendship, discipline, or obedience from others. Pepe says, "Everybody doubts except me." Why do you think he is an exception? Because Pepe was loyal to his captain and believed that the captain would reach his destiny when the other seamen wanted to attack him with anger. Pepe excitedly declares that he is still loyal to the leaders. What effect does it have on others like Juan and Guillermo? Pepe was the only one who had the faith that Columbus would discover a new world, but the other sailors like Juan and Guillermo rebelled against him and even tried to attack him and abused Pepe when he came forward to save Columbus from being attacked. So now we can move on to extract questions ಅನ್ನು ಸಹ ನೋಡಬಹುದಾಗಿದೆ. Read the following extracts and answer the questions. There are limits to patience, sir. ಸೊ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಿಸಿದಂಥ ಈ ಮೂರು ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಎ ಬಿ ಸಿ ಡಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಿಸಿದಂಥ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇದಾವೆ. ಉತ್ತರಗಳನ್ನು ನೀವು ಪೌಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ವಿಡಿಯೋನ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದಾಗಿದೆ. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆನ್ ಟು ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ. Who lost his patience? Diego lost his patience. Who is speaking to? Diego is speaking to Pedro. Why did he speak so? He lost his patience and wanted to go back to Spain. Second, why should one man have the lives of 50 in his hand? Who said these words? Diego said these words to Pedro. What does the speaker mean? The speaker means that the seamen are forced against their incapacity. Who had the 50 lives of 50 in his hands? Columbus had the lives of 50 in his hands. Third one, I hope you are not entertaining mutinous thoughts, Diego. Who did not entertain mutinous thoughts? Pedro did not entertain mutinous thoughts. B. Who said this? Pedro said this to Diego. Why did he say so? Because he had lost his patience. Fourth one, they are simple men and must have their relaxation. Who does they refer to? They refers to the seamen. B. What were they doing for relaxation? They were singing for relaxation. Who is the captain? What were his vision? Columbus is the captain. His vision was to discover the new world of America. I do not claim your confidence, sir. Who does I refer to? I refer to Pedro. Who is the sir here? Columbus is the sir here. What was he confident in? He was confident in his discovery. Sixth one, I prepare your company to theirs. A. Whose company does the speaker prepare to? The speaker prepares the company of Columbus. B. Whose company does not like? Why? He does not like the company of the seaman. See, why does not he want their company? Because of their desperate and horrible behavior. Seventh one, the Saint Maria will be the lighter for his carcass. Who said this? Who reported it to Columbus? Francisco said this and Pepe reported it to Columbus. B. What is the Saint Maria? Saint Maria is the ship that Columbus was on to discover the new world. C. Why did he say so? Because he was discontented with the voyage. He was homesick. Eighth one, discipline is a thing of the past, sir. It is you or us. Who is the speaker? Francisco is the speaker. B. Who is speaking to? He is speaking to Columbus. Why is he speaking to? He is speaking so because he was discontented with the voyage. He was homesick. Ninth one, and who is to put him in irons? We are 30 to 1. Who asked this question? Guillermo asked this question. Why would he put him in irons? Because they were against Columbus. They were rebellions on Columbus. Whom does 30 to 1 refer to? Sailors. We want our homes and our families. Who said this? Guillermo said this to Columbus. What were his feelings? He was against Columbus. He was rebellious on Columbus. Who is he speaking to? He is speaking to Columbus. What does that child stand between me and death? Who said this? Columbus said this. Who was the child standing between the speaker and the death? Pepe was the child standing between the speaker and the death. When did the speaker say so? When the sailors came roaring against the Columbus in a rebel. Your best cannot be bettered. Whose best cannot be bettered? Francisco's best cannot be bettered. Why did the speaker say so? Because he lost his self-confidence. See, what is the meaning of this statement? This meaning that when one reaches the level of being best, he can never improve. 13th question. A good sailor knows his place. To whom was said? It was said to Diego. What does it mean? Columbus wanted to point out to Diego that he had no right to be on the quarter deck. It is an indirect command. What was Diego's reaction? Diego tried to suppress his anger and with a scowl goes up from there. 14th one, discipline knows no buts. Who said these words? Columbus said these words to Francisco. Whom did he say these words? He asked Francisco to bring Guillermo to him for speaking against him. What did Columbus mean to say by these words? Columbus meant that one should not hesitate to enforce discipline. 15th, mutiny is an ugly word, sir. Why did the speaker say these words? The word is ugly because mutiny is a deed which leads to destruction. B. In what way the word is ugly? The word is ugly because mutiny is a deed which leads to destruction. C. Who is the sir here? Pedro is the sir here. So now you can observe 8 long answer questions, 8 to 10 sentences. First one, Columbus had the willpower and had strength to face obstacles. Justify your answers. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸನ್ನು ಕೊಡಲಾಗಿದೆ. ನೀವು ಇವುಗಳನ್ನು ವಿಡಿಯೋವನ್ನು ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬರ್ಕೋಬೋದಾಗಿರುತ್ತದೆ. ಎರಡನೇ ಕ್ವಶನ್, ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ ಸೇಸ್ ಪ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ, patience and perseverance are the essential to success and Above all love, does Columbus possess all these qualities? Justify ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಎರಡನೇ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಈ ರೀತಿ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಉತ್ತರವನ್ನು ನೋಡೋಣ. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ನು ಮೂರನೇದು, ಹೌ ವಾಸ್ ದಿ ಎಕ್ಸೈಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಫೈಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಎ ನ್ಯೂ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಎಟ್ ದ ಎಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಪ್ಲೇ ಅಂತೆ. ಸೊ ಉತ್ತರ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಇದೆ. So students, thank you for watching this video and see you in my next video.